Hey baddies! Welcome back to your favorite beauty channel on YouTube, where we talk everything beauty, fashion, lifestyle, and most importantly, self-love. Welcome back, baddies, to another episode of Hey Nat, Let's Chat. Okay, first of all, I just want to say this, all right? The response that I've been getting to Hey Nat, Let's Chat has been honestly unreal. And I feel like as a content creator, it's so important to feel excited about the stuff that you're creating and not just redundantly just creating stuff just to do it. And whenever you find something that you're excited about and people love it and it just feels like, dang, this is really me. It's just so liberating. I grew up being that friend for a lot of my friends, being that girl that people would come to for advice or call and pour their heart out to. So it's just so cool to be able to do it for my supporters and also get to know you guys a little bit better and feel closer to you guys. So thank you guys so much for supporting this series, and I hope that you guys are still loving it just as much now that I'm bringing it to you on a weekly basis. Okay, baddies, before we get into it, I wanted to say I'm going to try something a little bit different this episode. What I'm going to do is I'm going to answer a few more questions than I usually do, but spend a little less time going in depth for each person. This way I can try to get to more people and answer more of my baddies, because there's so many of you and it's so hard not to help more of you. So let me know below if you guys like this. Don't forget, just say like, oh, we prefer you going more in depth, or we prefer whatever, okay? Just let me know so I know how to move forward next video, okay? So let me see what my baddies have for me today.
Okay, I feel some type of way because I was late to the Hey Nat, Let's Chat. But I'm just gonna really quickly just break it down. I've been with my girlfriend for 3 years. We're no longer together. She broke up with me in November. She says I'm the best partner that she's ever had, but she just doesn't know if she can be with me because her family is Jamaican and they're really against her being with a girl. And we're raising a kid together. We've been raising a kid together for the past 3 years, and I'm still very much in love with her. I just don't know how to deal with everything that's going on. She's distancing herself from me, and it fucking sucks. So I guess maybe I can be in the Hey Nat, Let's Chat next time.
Oh girl, first of all, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm really sorry to hear that. Breakups are never easy, and learning how to act towards your partner and afterwards isn't easy either, and especially for you guys, being that you are raising a child together. First of all, I'd like to say this. Baddies that are watching, she actually sent another voice message saying that they still live together, they sleep in the same bed, they still kiss, they're just not like intimate other than that. So that makes it really hard as well. So and then also a little bit of background for anyone that's watching that doesn't really know much about the Jamaican culture. Me being half Jamaican, I know this personally, that a lot of people in the Jamaican culture aren't as accepting to people being gay or lesbian or whatever. It's just, they're just not. So that's really tough, and they're very strict on those type of that type of lifestyle. I completely understand where your girlfriend's coming from, where she's feeling that pressure from her family. But at the end of the day, honestly, I just wish she would really live for herself. And that's really what I had to decide to do, regardless if my family was going to support me or not. Luckily, the people that are closest to me in my family support me, my mom and my siblings. But of course, I had some naysayers, not gonna say no names, but I had some naysayers in my family that were not happy about it. And you guys don't know who they are, because honestly, I barely know who they are. No shade, but shade. They're not really in my life, but then I had stuff to say when I came out with Easy, which was just super weird. But anyway, this isn't about me. This is about you, baddie. But I would say for you, first of all, you have to preserve yourself. Honestly, if you're emotionally just like confused and stuff like that because she's going through her own journey of accepting what she wants versus what her family wants for her and stuff, that's on her. And I know it's easier said than done, but you have to understand that this is her journey. And when you accept that, it's gonna be a lot easier. I would sit down and talk to her and I would say this. I would be like, look, I love you so much, blah, 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 blah. I want you to be happy in the end, but I can't force you to be with me. I can't force you to go against the grain and do things differently than what your family wants for you. But I have to protect my own emotions. And honestly, I don't think it's healthy that you guys are sleeping together still if she's trying to break up with you. I don't think it's healthy that you guys are saying I love you in an intimate way, obviously, and kissing and stuff like that. It's just like, it's either we're not together or we're together, period. You can't have me as emotional support and all of these other things, but you don't want to actually be with me, because it's easier to just blend in with your family and do what they want you to do. That's honestly what I would say to her, and I would set some clear boundaries to say, like, if you know, I want to be with you, but if you don't want to be with me, we can't do these things anymore. So I really hope this helps, Baddie. Actually, you know what? You need to send her my way, because tell her to send me a Hey Nat, let's chat about her family. And I'm going to give her some advice on that, okay? I really hope that it works out between you two, though. Let me know.
Hey Nat, let's chat. So about a week ago, I became friends with this guy from a school that I just started. And at the school, I found out that he has a girlfriend, and she and I became friends, whatever. So now we're all friends, but sometimes I hang out with him without her and her without him. So the last time I hung out with him, he kissed me or whatever, and I was aware that he had a girlfriend, but I didn't stop it. Am I a bad friend?
Ooh. Yes, Baddie. Okay, let's talk about it. Let's chat. Personally, I wouldn't want a friend to do that to me, and I'm sure you wouldn't want a friend to do that to you, where they kiss your boyfriend and don't stop them. Don't do that again. And then depending on how good of a friend you want to be, you should probably tell her. I mean, what the heck? Like, I wouldn't want to be dating I wouldn't want to date somebody that just kisses my friends. Like, and especially a new friend at that. Like, he's disrespectful. So I would tell her, depending on how good of a friend you want to be. Hope this helps.
Hey Nat, let's chat. So my name is Imani. I'm 23 years old and I live in New Jersey. Today I want to talk about my very deep-rooted issues, my daddy issues. So just a little bit of a background story. My mom and my dad split when I was only 2 months old. I have lived in the same town as my dad my entire life. Currently, we're living under the same roof. I live with my grandparents, which is his parents. But he lives in the basement. I stay in the attic. And even under the same roof, I don't even see him for months at a time. I have come to the conclusion in 2018 that he just didn't want to take care of his responsibilities. He has 6 kids and didn't take care of any of us. All his baby mamas are single moms. I just want to know, like, do I continue reaching out my hand for a relationship? Because I feel like kids shouldn't beg their parents for a relationship. Like, that's weird.
Okay, girl, first of all, you know, thank you for sharing. Man, I feel like more than a few of us can relate to this story. Sadly, it's very common for us, and especially in the Black community, to be without relationships when it comes to our fathers, and that really sucks. But girl, I'm gonna give you a little advice from my perspective. First and foremost, it's kind of crazy that you guys actually live together and still can't seem to have some type of a relationship. A lot of times, people's fathers that they don't have relationships with aren't in their life at all. And that's a little easier to cope with, because it's just like, well, you know, out of sight, out of mind, whatever. But it must be even harder for you, being that he lives right there. Like, how could you guys not have a relationship? It just seems to me like he's struggling to prioritize family as what's important in his life. Everyone's different. Everyone is going to have their own journeys, their own struggles, and this probably is one of his. No matter how much you would probably want to have a relationship with him, you know, you just have to respect where he's at in life. And when I say respect it, I mean respect it enough to just be like, okay, cool, this is where you're at. I'm not going to try to change you. I would love to have a relationship with you, but it's obviously not going to happen. It's obviously not important to you. Now, protect yourself, girl. Protect your heart. You know, just, you have to learn to detach and let go of expectations for him, and expectations of of your relationship together. You guys just probably won't have that type of relationship, at least not right now. You know, you never know if something could click with him, you know, 5-10 years down the road, but it also might not. And I think just use this as an example of how you don't want to be with your own children, if you do decide to have kids or whatever. I hope this helps, and that realization for me helped a lot. Not having my dad in my life was just like, okay, you're missing out, and these are your struggles, because my dad has about tons of kids. Let's just say that. My dad has tons of kids. He doesn't take care of any of them, and he's not in any of our lives. And yeah, I just had to realize, like, it's your loss. I'm a great person. You don't even know that. You didn't even get to enjoy that. And you're having your own struggles, and I'm gonna try to forgive you and not judge you for those struggles. But I'm gonna move on with my life, and I'm letting go of expectations. So I hope this helps.
Hey Nat, let's chat. So, I've been with this girl for months, about like a year on and off, and we had done for a while, and she ended up sleeping with my sister. I still talk about, and it's been an issue with us because my sister claims that, you know, she's in love with her, and I take her from her. I don't know what to do. Can you give me advice on this, please?
Oh, girl. Woo! I didn't expect that one. This one is deep. Okay, first and foremost, I want to say this. I think that family is everything, and it's important that you and your sister work this out. I'm not really even going to get on too much how I feel about the girl doing that. I think the way that you said it doesn't seem like you guys were separated for that long for her to sleep with your sister. I don't know if it was just like a one-time thing or if they were in a relationship. That makes a difference. I don't know. It's not about that. To me, it's mostly about you and your sister's relationship. So I think that you and your sister need to have some type of discussion, and you need to explain to her how important your relationship is. Just really break down the history that you guys had. The most important thing is going to be time. Time heals. So hopefully she will be able to heal over time. Hopefully you'll be able to heal over time. And hopefully this girl doesn't do this again, because now it's real messy, and especially if your sister is in love with her. I don't know, girl. I'm gonna just be over here, and I'm going to send you all the good vibes, all the good energy, and hope that you just figure it out, because it's gonna be tough, but it's gonna take a lot of communication, and that is what I'm gonna say. It's gonna take a lot of communication between the three of you. And honestly, I would say this, maybe you three need to sit down together. No he said, she said, not, oh, it wasn't really all that big of a deal, oh, blah, 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 because I'm assuming maybe since you got back together with the girl, she made it seem like it was just not a big deal. And then your sister, on the other hand, is all in love, so maybe she was saying different stuff to your sister. So y'all need to all sit down and hash it out and just be like, okay, what happened? How did we get here? Where do we go from here? Period. Be adults about it. I hope this helps. I don't really know. I really do hope this helps though.
Ooh, me got one. Hey Natalie, let's chatty. Okay, so I got this friend that's a stud, right? And she's been lesbian all her life. And so now she has a boyfriend. And she asked me like how to get prepared, but I don't know how to tell her how to get prepared like in any way. So could you help us out into helping her of how she get ready in every way, like every single way?
Girl, I don't know how to talk about this with you. I'm trying. Okay, if you were one of my friends, this is what I would say. First of all, it's going to be a totally different ball game, most likely, now that you're dating a guy. And especially if she's a stud, she's used to being the more masculine energy in a relationship. Now she's probably gonna be the more feminine energy in the relationship. I'm not 100% sure, but I would say you definitely are gonna have to tap into that femininity and figure out what makes you feel sexy and how to be the sexiest version of you while still being true to yourself. You don't want to feel completely uncomfortable. Let your new boyfriend know that I'm new to this, not true to this. So I just want you to be patient with me. And honestly, I feel like in relationships, people really find that type of vulnerability sexy. So I'm sure he'll take his time with you. And you know, I advise you doing your research when it comes to the sexual part. Just research it. Ask other people that are straight or whatever, or having sex and stuff like that, like what to expect. You know, get comfortable before you are obviously uncomfortable in the situation, and just be honest about it. You know, I hope this helps, and good luck, girl, because this is a whole new ball game. Okay, baddies, this is the last one. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And again, if you guys want to submit Hey Nat, let's chat questions, make sure you guys are following me on Instagram, Twitter, subscribe to my YouTube, because I randomly announce when my DMs are open for Hey Nat, let's chat. I've also found that more people this time actually forgot to say Hey Nat, let's chat first. And obviously it's super important, so make sure you guys start with Hey Nat, let's chat, and you try to keep your question under 30 seconds.
Hey Nat, let's chat. So it's this guy that I've been dating for like a few weeks. And I really like him. I mean, the dates have been good. He's been saying all the right things. He's been doing all the right things to show his interest. But my past relationships won't allow me to be vulnerable to him. So I want to know, like, when it's the most appropriate time, because it's still kind of early. So when it's the most appropriate time for me, you know, to let my guard down.
I love it. I love having a guy. Make sure if you are a man watching this and you have a question, don't be shy. Hit up Nat, okay? All right, so here's my advice to you. I know that basically it's really easy to kind of be just turned off towards relationships and people in general. And as human beings, we're creatures of habit. So even just for survival, we'll learn habits to try to protect ourselves, whether that be like physically protect ourselves or emotionally protect ourselves. So it's very easy to bring previous bad habits from relationships into your new ones, but you have to unlearn that, because you could totally end up messing up something good because of past idiots that you've dealt with, okay? A good rule of thumb for me, and this is what I go by, is I try to let my partner know in the beginning. Obviously, you seem like you guys been on a few dates and stuff like that, and you guys are getting to know each other, so it's not too new to say this, but I let them know, listen, here is how I like to do things, and it's worked well for me. I give all of my trust unless you give me a reason not to trust you. So I like to start with a blank slate. Over time, hopefully you keep that big chunk of trust. Let's think of it as a boulder. And over time, and when they do stuff, they mess up, a big chunk gets chiseled away from that trust, and it gets chiseled away until it maybe ends up to be a pebble. And then, girl, if it's a pebble, you need to just run the other way, okay? I like to start with a blank slate and don't go into the relationship with certain expectations or habits or rules that you had in your past relationship. Let him prove to you that he is trustworthy and he deserves that giant boulder of trust, okay? I hope this is a good analogy. But that really is how I look at it. I trust you unless if you show me I shouldn't. Period. I really hope that this helps, and thank you, baddies. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, watching. Leave your advice to everybody below, because this is an open space and I want us to all support each other. I want us to build that type of family and support group together, and I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video.